found yourself thinking, gosh, I did so much. I worked so hard or so diligently or for so long, and yet you didn't win or you didn't feel like you were winning. Well, perhaps it's a little bit about how you're thinking about winning. Don't you think, Meredith?
Totally. And that brings me to today's quote, which is actually one that I found from the speed skater, Bonnie Blair. And she says that winning doesn't always mean being first. Winning means you're doing better than you've done before. How's that?
So true, so important. And yet that word win can get people hung up on competition outside of themselves. So let's talk a little more about that. Hello, listeners, and welcome to Lipstick Leadership. This segment is about defining winning and competition and how sometimes, most times, they're not necessarily the same as you go through life. So I am Debbie Lundberg, performance coach with Presenting Powerfully and author of Remote Work Rockstar, here with my fabulous and focused co-host.
Why, thank you. I am Meridith Alexander, CEO of Grit Mindset Academy and peak performance coach as well. And I love this particular topic of winning, because I don't know about what you find with your clients, but often we feel very, very cognizant of being judged. So today we're welcoming you here, and our goal once again is to give you a little snippet so that we can empower you to greatness through communication, resilience, and grit. And, learning how to take ownership of really embracing yourself and moving beyond the days of worrying about self-judgment or other people judging you, or the concept of winning or conversely failing. Don't you think?
Yes, winning and losing. And you know what, Meredith? I worked with a company a few years ago where you and I believe, have talked about this, but perhaps not with our audience, is that there were a group of scientists, and we spent a long time before we moved on to a communication segment about defining what a win is. And it really opened my eyes. Now, I was facilitating, it was my idea, but I really did not realize how important it is that as an individual, as a group, as an organization, that if you do not know what that goal is and what a win is, then you won't know what you're striving for. Conversely, if your win is defined by an external influence or judgment, like you said, then you may never feel like you achieve it, or you only feel like you achieve it when someone else loses. And in your performance coaching and your peak performance coaching, and I know with my performance coaching, that if people get themselves in that mindset, they won't feel like Bonnie Blair. They won't have that realization that it's about yourself over yourself, or your team over your team, or your organization over your organization. Now, we're not denying that there are competitors in business, of course, but if we get so outwardly focused, we won't be our best internally. And that whole idea of who is your competition? You are. And what is a win for you yourself? And that way you're not going to lose. You're going to keep achieving.
You bring up so many good points, and I want to really shine a spotlight for you guys who are listening to that very first piece, which is that identification piece. How important it is to really know where you are today, because studies have shown that so many of our definitions are established by the time we're 7 years old. So if we don't consciously take a look at those and really ask ourselves, why are we defining success a certain way? And also, to your point as well, a lot of time we get so focused on the big destination goal, that we miss the opportunity to celebrate 1,000 victories along the road, along the way. So to me, that's a huge part of being present, per se. Being present means being able to take ownership that you are of so many of your greatness and of your skills. I am shocked at how many of my clients, when they first come to me, when I ask them what they're passionate about or what they love doing, they have a hard time getting beyond maybe 4. And then when I ask them about skills, they're almost embarrassed to own them, especially if I use the word superpower. They'll be, well, I'm not sure I have a superpower, right? It is time, part of winning, I believe, and what I see with my clients, and I'm willing to bet you see this with your clients, Debbie, is when they're willing to own their greatness, own who you are. And your greatness, guess what, includes the quote unquote failures that you've had. I mean, look at the example of our great Hall of Fame baseball players, right? What is a great batting average is, .3, right? That means that more than 2/3 of the time, they have not hit that ball and they're at the top of the game. So, and look at Sarah Blakely, the creator of Spanx. Her father, when she was growing up, used to ask the children every single day, not what did you win at, what did you fail at today? And not in a critical way, but what did you try? What did you attempt? And
Yes.
so I feel like those are such big, important parts of winning, is being willing to engage, right? Whatever develops.
So true. And we've said a lot, and we love to share we get so energized. And for our listeners, please know that each time we summarize, so while we both share a lot because we want you to hear as much as possible, bringing it all together as a summary, please, when you think about that winning, think first, how do I identify myself and my wins? How do I think about my competition and where you're looking at it? And where are you right now, like Meridith said, today versus where you want to be? Will you be present enough to really assess if you are improving over where you were? And will you truly be willing to know what you're passionate about, what your powers, your strengths, and even your superpowers are, so that you can take that and win against yourself, as we heard in that quotation, day over day, week over week, month over month. And the win is about enhancing yourself and not comparing yourself. So please know that that is absolutely what we are here to do, is to assist you with anything like that through our lipstick leadership, or if either of us can assist you with coaching or through speaking engagements and the materials that we provide on all of our social media. So again, I'm Debbie Lundberg with Presenting Powerfully. You can find me most places at Debbie Lundberg, and my co-host.
Yes, I'm Meridith Alexander, and yes, you can find me on social media, on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, or you can find me at my website, gritmindsetacademy.com. And we do share, to Debbie's point, we do share our information in the program notes below. So, and both Debbie and I are more than willing to have a quick strategy session with you. If you ever need to help becoming crystal clear on where you are now, where you want to go, why you want to go there, what is, what's in your corner, what's your rocket fuel already, but what might be some of the hidden challenges, we are here to serve. And so thank you for joining us today. If you liked what you heard, of course, we invite you to share that. And we'd also love if you would subscribe and give us a 5-star review, and even share your comments with us below. We would love that. Wouldn't we, Debbie?
We would. We'll take it. If you have feedback to enhance it, please know that we welcome it because we practice what we promote about feedback, coaching, and our win will be to enhance and improve over today, even though it was such a good time and really good information. So if you wondered what was the reason you tuned in, well, hopefully you remember and you know and you feel that the reason we come together is for empowering women and men who are listening and watching to greatness through communication, resilience, and grit. So on behalf of Meridith and me, thank you. We look forward to seeing or being seen or hearing or being heard next time on Lipstick Leadership.
Thank you, guys. Go out and lead with your lipstick, babies. See you next time.